Hi, and welcome back to the mini farm. Today, I'm going to show you how to make these amazing hamburger buns. We make them about once or twice a month, and they're just light and fluffy on the inside, delicious golden on the outside, perfect for homemade burgers. So if you'd like to see how I make these very easy hamburger buns, then just keep watching. But first, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and click the red subscribe button below if you haven't done so already. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoy having you here, and I love our chats in the comment section. Without further ado, here's homemade hamburger buns. For this recipe, you're going to need some melted butter, yeast, flour, sugar, salt, 1 egg, water, and oil. That's for the dough. Now for the topping or the egg wash, you want another egg, some milk, and you can use sesame seeds or everything but the bagel seasoning if you have it. If you don't, then just use some sesame seeds. They both work great. This tastes really good with it though. I'll have all the ingredients listed below like I always do. But to get started, you want to proof your yeast just a little bit, and to do that, you're just going to take your warm water and your yeast in the bottom of your bowl, add in your sugar. That'll help feed your yeast. Okay, and 1/2 cup of the flour, and then just whisk those together. And then let that sit together and let it foam up for a little bit. While that's going, whisk in your egg. And you can add in the salt and the melted butter. And then just let that sit until this foams up. You can see that it's nice and foamy. So you can go ahead and add the butter, egg, salt mixture that we just made. Whisk that in. I'm gonna add in 3 cups of the flour. I'm gonna add it in 1/2 cup at a time so I can whisk it together until I can't whisk it in anymore, and then we'll get in there with our hands. Switching to a spoon because it's now getting too thick, but it's still too wet to stick your hands in there. One and a half cups in. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my hands. Most baking recipes will give you a range of flour. That's because on any given day, your flour is going to behave differently. So if there's a little bit more moisture in the air, you're going to need a little bit more flour. If it's a little bit more dry, you're going to need a little less flour. So that's why they kind of give you a range. And you just want to play around with it. Just add it in a little bit at a time until your dough is not sticky anymore and it's really starting to get formed together. If the dough gets too sticky while you're doing this step, then just put a little bit of flour on your fingers, rub your hands together, and all the little sticky pieces will come off, and then you can keep going. When it's nice and solid, just take 1/2 cup and dust it down. I guess I'm going to just use a 1/4 cup for now. And then pour your bowl right onto it. And now we can start kneading right on the counter. Make sure you have a clean, dry surface. And then just start kneading. So to do that, you're going to take your fingertips. I'll just do it with one hand so you can see your fingertips, and you can pull it in and then push with the heel of your hand. Fingertips, pull it in, and then push with the heel of your hand. You can do it double-handed or single-handed. Double-handed definitely goes faster, and it's more therapeutic because you can lean your whole body into it and really kind of get it going. And so now we're just trying to make a smooth dough ball out of this. You can just keep going until it turns smooth on you.
You can't turn the tide. Let the water go where it wants to go. You can run and hide.
Now that we've worked the gluten a little bit, let the ball rest. And I'm gonna go wash the bowl that we were just working with to oil it up. I'm just going to put a little bit of the olive oil in the bottom there. That's probably like about 1 tablespoon. And put put the bottom of the dough in it, kind of swirl it around, flip it over, swirl that around, grease up the sides with my dough, and then just flip it over one more time. You can cover it with saran wrap, or if you have a reusable silicone mat, you can do that. I oil up my silicone mat and then put it right on top. It forms a good seal, and I'm just gonna let that sit and rise.
Somebody told me don't pretend, 'cause everyone could use a friend sometimes. Take some good advice. Don't let your
Okay, it has more than doubled in size at this point, so we're gonna punch it down. Lightly flour my surface. Using a knife or a bench scraper, you can cut right in here. Cut it in half. And then cut that half in half. We're trying to get 8 buns out of this. And then cut that to 1/8. And then to make it into a bun, just kind of fold it in on itself and keep folding. And pull and fold, pull and fold, pull and fold, pull and fold. Until you have a bun shape. You're kind of pulling it into the bun shape. And then kind of cup your hand a little bit right over it and just do this slight circular motion. I'm not really pushing on or anything, but the bottom of the counter is smoothing out the bottom of my bun. I'm gonna put that right on my cookie sheet and keep going.
That's how you break inside. You don't need to worry. Somebody's waiting down the line. You pick up the pieces. Hey, you'll be alright.
Okay. You can cover them with a towel, or I'll just cover them with another cookie sheet. Set them aside to rise. You're going to need 1 egg, and then just whisk it up with a fork. Okay, add in the milk, whisk it together some more. Then you want to egg wash the buns, and then immediately right after you put the egg wash on, put the seasoning that you want on it. I'm gonna do some with sesame and some with everything but the bagel seasoning on them. And you really, really want to cover the whole thing. The first time I did it, I didn't go all the way down to the bottom, and you could see the browning on the top, and then it would stop and it will be kind of pale on the bottom. So you really, really want to cover it all the way to the bottom. Just be very, very gentle with a light touch so you don't deflate your buns. I have my oven heating up to 375 right now.
I wanna do it all with you by my side. If you're in, meet me here tonight. Be brave and come along. I'll be alright. Promise we don't need no brake lights. We can travel the world, so just say yes. Choose to do whatever comes next. This or that, getting drunk on whiskey on a Tuesday night. A drinking where I'm by an open fire, make love or fight. This or that. This or that, evenings on the train or catch a morning flight. Enjoying dinner until midnight, or bed by night. This or I wanna see it all. Find the northern lights, see the stars in the open wild. Catch a glimpse of Panama. We don't need a map. I'll let you know when we've arrived. Yeah, we can
Now we're gonna put these in a 375-degree oven for about 15 to 17 minutes until they're golden brown on top. Let them cool for about 10 minutes and then use a serrated knife to cut them open. And then just layer it up with your favorite burgers. I did make this burger from scratch, and so if you want to see what I put in my burgers to keep them extra juicy, let me know on that recipe so I can always share it. I also have a recipe for the homemade mayo if you want that as well. Just let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. I always love making these recipes and getting your feedback on them. Please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and if you haven't done so already, you can click on my face to subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!